Good afternoon. Today is the 22nd day of January 2014. And in our continuing series, Sri Aurobindo Ashram, The Early Years, we have invited Anagha to be with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
When did you first come to the ashram?
I came to the ashram in the year 1967 on 11th of December.
And were your parents devotees of Mother and Sri Aurobindo?
Yes, my father was coming to the ashram from 1960. He was in touch with the ashram from then. And he asked Nolinida for our admission. So Nolinida had agreed in the year 1964. Then he said that it is better you come back after a few years, I will tell you, because your children are very small. So it is better you come back after some time. So in 1967, a lot of children came from all over India. So it was at that time we also arrived in Pondicherry.
How many were you in your family?
My father, my mother, my sister, my brother, and myself.
Oh.
But my father had to go back, and because he was doing the job, and my mother stayed back, and she was looking after us.
The family?
Yeah.
And how old were you at that time?
I was 7 years old. And
And do you remember your first time you saw Mother?
yes, it was, I really didn't know where I was going, but they just took me and brought me to Pondicherry. I didn't know what was Pondicherry, where I was going, because at that age you never know where you are going and what you are doing. So it was at 3:30 in the afternoon. Nolinida took us upstairs. It is a very unusual time to meet the mother, because 3:30 is a time when mother is to do her exercise and all that. But we were given the permission and we went up with Nolinida to
So there were the five of you who went up?
Yeah, five of us.
All five?
Five.
So this was when Mother was still on the second floor, before they built the top floor?
No, we met her on the top floor.
Oh, you did?
itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
And tell me, what was it like for a young person of 7 years old to see Mother?
It was, I never knew where I was going. I was just taken, and when Champaklalji opened the door, I felt as though I was entering a very unusual place. And then it was in line, my father, my mother, my sister, we were in a queue, and then we went and sat in front of the mother, and my father first did his pranam, then my mother, and then my sister, then myself, and my brother, Ashish, who is no more now, and myself. And when I went in front of her, I saw her eyes. I had never seen eyes like that. They were like deep blue sea, as though I was looking at the sea. So it was no more eye for me. It was just like a sea. And when she smiled at me, I had never experienced such sweetness ever. So even today, I think I have never seen such a beauty even today. And that was a very unusual experience. Of course, I was very small, but now when I remember that sight, I feel sometimes I become very emotional. Mm.
And of course, you would be able to see her on your birthday?
Yeah, I used to go to her on my birthday, and that time there was a sort of, everybody used to make something for her. Nobody went to her bare hand. So either you make a toy or some bags or some card. So Akka's department, there were boxes available. So we used to fill those boxes with something made with our hands, and then take it to her, and she used to see them very minutely, in very detail, and she used to enjoy so much. And she used to ask us in French, "Tu as fait, tu as fait." And we used to say, "Oui, mère, nous avons fait. J'ai fait, j'ai fait." Then I used to feel that actually I have not done. I was done by the help of so many people. But she used to see them so exquisitely. It was a joy to see her happy, And then she used to give us a bouquet and a card, and that's it.
How many times did you see Mother?
I saw about from 1967 to 1972. After that, she stopped seeing people. So I think I saw about five or six times.
And of course, there was still the balcony darshans.
Of course, those balcony darshans were there also. And I forgot to tell you one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
When she used to bless us, after that, the whole day, there was a sense of happiness and joy which would not leave us. And it was so precious for us. Even today, we feel that happiness, that joy that she used to give us through her hand.
So you were only 12 years old in 1972.
Yeah.
So Mother didn't give you any work, but you were in the school.
Yeah, I was in the school, and I finished my school here only in higher courts. Tell
us a little bit about the work you do now in physical therapy.
I help Kaluda. I am his assistant, and he has taught me a lot of things which I never knew, especially homeopathy, because I never had any knowledge of homeopathy. And then he taught me massage, and then acupressure, and then other equipments also. And then, of course, diagnosis, how to diagnose people who come. Mm-hmm. And of course, the most important thing is the type of exercise that you have to give everybody.
After you finished higher course, where did you start working?
I started working in Nani room, and then
so that work was given by
Ravindraji.
Mm-hmm.
Then I left, and then I went out for some time,
mm-hmm.
and then I came back. I was accepted again, and then I started working with Kalu. So I met Kalu in Delhi. So he said that you can come and work with me. And
so how long have you been working at physical therapy?
It's almost 16 years that I'm working with him. From 97, after 21st February darshan, I started working with him.
And, did you work in Delhi with Tana's
No.
place?
No, I didn't work there.
Did your father and mother talk to you about Sri Aurobindo and Mother, or did they meet Sri Aurobindo?
No, my father didn't meet Sri Aurobindo, but right from our childhood when we were in Calcutta, he used to bring mother and showing those books and albums and everything, and he used to show us. So in a way, he used to trying to infuse that atmosphere in us. Maybe he was preparing us to bring us here.
Mm. Now, your brother and sister, were they older or younger?
They are older to me. I am the youngest.
So what sports did you do in the ashram?
I did all the sports that children do, right from green group. I started from A4, and then I went right till D group. And
Did you have a favorite?
yeah, I had a passion for basketball.
Ah.
So I was quite good in basketball. Like Arvind was having a passion for running. So I had a passion for basketball.
Mm.
Everybody at that time had a specialization, you know. So everybody did everything, but they liked something
Mm.
more.
Yes.
What were the best items that you did in athletics?
I was particularly good in hurdles,
Mm.
and I took hurdles very seriously. Other items
Did you make record that time?
we broke the record, three of us together. So it was Kamal and myself and Prabuddha. We were in the same batch and we broke the record that same year together.
Is
But-
still there?
Yeah, it is still there. But it is in the name of Kamal Nayan or Sailesh, maybe Sailesh.
I'd like to go back a little bit and ask you about your memories of some of the elder disciples. Did you have contacts with Nolini or Pavitra or Amrita, Purani, any of them?
Yes. Nolinita I had, because it was through him that I came to Pondicherry. And when I was young, French was very difficult for me. So I never understood anything about French. So Animadi used to call me in his room on Sunday morning, and then Animadi used to help me in French, and then Nalinida I used to sit near his chair, and sometimes he used to correct me. So that is how he helped me learn French with Animadi. And of course, our whole family was in touch with Nalinida because he was like our caretaker.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever problem we had, we used to go and tell him.
So you could go to him freely.
Yeah, we could go to him freely and talk to him freely.
Do you remember any experiences you had in those years before Mother left?
Yes, once previously we used to write to her, Mother, that Mother, tomorrow is my birthday, I would like to see you. So that letter Tanunida used to take to the Mother. And then he used to read the letter in front of us, and then suddenly he saw my name Anagha. He said, no, your name is not Anagha, your name is Anagha. So you have to write A at the end. So I was taken aback. I said, what is this? He said, yes. I never challenged him, but he said that your name is Anagha, Anagha.
Mm-hmm.
You have to write, because Sanskrit, you have to write that way. So he corrected on that paper, and that paper was taken to the Mother. And when I received the card from the Mother, on the card Anagha was written.
Mm.
And that's it. And when I told him, he said, okay. So actually my name is Anagha, because for convenience we say Anagha.
Mm-hmm. What does it mean?
It means it is actually Arjun's name, but the actual meaning of Anagha is sinless, the sinless one. So that is the actual meaning of the Gita.
Did your mother or father talk to you about their experiences with mother?
Yes, not with the mother, but my mother had an experience with in Nalinita's room. That once Nalinita had lost his ring in his room, and that ring was given to him by Sri Aurobindo. So everybody was looking for that ring, and at that time my mother used to go and work in Nalinita's room for half an hour, from 5 to 5:30. So Nalinita had his sister-in-law there. So she told my mother, Rekha, can you see where the ring has fallen from his hand? So my mother started looking, and suddenly she found it under the almirah. And then she took it out and gave it to Nalinita. And Nalinita just held her hand, and he was ecstatic. He said, give her sweet, give her sweet. And he was just behaving like a child. And then my mother had tears in her eyes, because when he saw the joy in his face. That was an experience she had recounted.
And your father, anything?
Father, I don't remember anything, but no, he has never told me any experience of his.
And today, what do you feel within when you think of mother?
I don't feel, but I think without her, my existence has no meaning. So that is my feeling. Because she is the very substance of my life. So without her, I think nothing, even an atom cannot exist. So she is very, 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 very special to all of us.
Can you tell about some of your favorite captains and teachers, your contact with them?
Yeah.
Any interesting anecdotes?
My, of course, my favorite captain was Rashesh in A1, who is no more, and also Subodha, because these people shared a lot of love, and they didn't have any priority or preference for anybody. They taught to everyone equally. So that was it. Rashesh and Subodha were quite special. Of course, all the captains were very important to us.
And teachers?
Teachers, I don't, of course in school I don't remember so well, but of course in knowledge, our Jugalda and Jumurdi and Manoj Das, they were very, not to forget Dr. Maheshwar Bhai, he was very, very, very encouraging and very loving also. So,
you did not mention about your tabla experience, how you took up tabla. And
my tabla, I started my tabla at the age of 10. So
with Tarunda?
With Torunda. And first few months he said, no, now you cannot do, you're too small. And I had to stop, and then I started again at the age of 11 after 1 year. And then I did that tabla very passionately. Even today, I am a student, and I teach also the youngsters. I like to teach, and whatever I have learned from him. And I do certain programs also whenever the need arises.
Do you still practice tabla regularly?
Not really.
But you accompany sometimes?
Sometimes whenever there are programs and people call me, I go and play the tabla.
What are the other hobbies you do? Did you do paintings or singing?
Yeah, I did painting with Sanjeevanda for some time. That was when I was in EAVP. And Sanjeevanda was not only a good painter, but such a lovely human being. And he taught everybody equally, he saw everybody equally, and he was extremely loving. And of course, it was a different experience with Sanjeevanda.
What are the things you learned from him?
There was nothing in particular. Whatever we did, he used to come and encourage us and show us what is to be done. He was very special, very special.
Did you still paint?
Not really, because I don't find much time in. Nowadays the program is so.
Do you have any letters from you or from your family members written to mother whenever you had some problems? Do you recollect anything?
I had some problem with my stomach. I used to have a lot of acidity in my stomach. So one day I went and told the mother, I am having a lot of acidity. What to do? So mother said, it will become all right, don't worry. Keep your stomach clean. And then I went to Debuda for treatment for 14 years. I used to go regularly to him and have my medicine with him. And then gradually, as I grew up, everything vanished.
Just as Mother said.
Yeah.
And you have taken up coaching also. When did you start coaching?
I started coaching with Paruldi first in Red Group. Paruldi encouraged me in coaching, and then Sukhen, Jokeshwarda, they also came, and we had a nice group. And Yogeshwarda particularly used to take a lot of interest, and he used to go to the library at night after dinner and read a lot of books. And he specialized in javelin. And then he used to come and tell me, Anagha, whatever I'm doing correct, no? I said, don't worry, leave everything to the mother. And then, because whatever we did at that time, we did with love and joy, happiness.
So when did you take up coaching?
Right after my higher course.
Oh, I see.
Right after my higher course, I started.
Do you recollect any contact with the Dada or some memory you have?
Dada had come to our house twice. Once on my sister's birthday and once on my mother's birthday. And he told the mother, I am going to somebody's house to have lunch. So mother said, Pranab, how can you go empty-handed? Take something. So mother took out, so Pranabda said, okay mother, I have a frame. He had done it on his board, cardboard, with the mother's photo. And said, okay mother, you sign it on this. So mother wrote blessings, and then Dada came and gave it to my sister on her birthday, and then he came once on my mother's birthday. And then he came and recounted us the whole story, what had happened with the mother. And my sister wanted to make a rickshaw to bring him to our house. He said, no, I cannot take a rickshaw, I am young, I will walk down. So he walked down. And then at that time, we never had fan in our house. So my sister was fanning him. And then he said, no, I don't need any, there's enough wind so I can manage. And that was the experience with Dada in our house. And he was extremely protective, he was extremely loving, and he used to always tell us that ever if you have any problem, you can always come and tell me. So Dada was extremely loving.
The young athletes or students who are studying in our school, from your experience, so what future do you see in them, and what advice would you like to give?
I always tell them that never think that anybody is great here. You are as great as anybody who did athletics before you, but you can take the example of Arvindaki or Sukhen or Montu. All these people, they are very, they are examples of how hard work can make you reach to a very high level of endurance and capacity. That is what I tell to young children. I always give the example of Arvindaki, who is really from zero he became to a hero. So even Montu, Devdas, and even Sukhen, Habul also, they were almost nothing, but just sheer hard work and endurance took them to the very, very high level of performance.
The youngsters ask me, what is your secret of running? I say it's donkey work, sheer hard work. Nothing is achieved, without hard work.
Even I was not good in athletics. It is only by seeing people like Arvindaki work hard that we got the inspiration. And moreover, we didn't have at that time much distraction. So we were concentrating more on what we did.
Yeah, studies and sports. These are only two things.
Yeah.
I thank you so much
Thank you.
for joining us and sharing your remembrances.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anagha.
Yeah.